Hey everybody, it's Argage145 and I'm about to start my new LP. We're gonna be playing Sonic Battle for the Game Boy Advance. Now, I've already completed the game, but I'm basically gonna go through all of the episodes, even though I've already beat them. And now, when we start out, we see Robotnik beating the crap out of a robot. And apparently, the robot ate a Chaos Emerald. Just turn the sound a little bit. Emerald Town. So apparently Station Square no longer exists after Chaos killed it. And now that we're in the overworld, use the D-pad to move around, and you hit A in order to go to a spot. It's alive! So apparently the robot can talk, but yeah. What? Oh my God! It's gonna kill her. I'll not represent and become alone. Yeah. Hooray, now we have a pet.
Winning is everything.
Okay, now before we do anything, you can access a menu to customize this robot's techniques by pressing the R button. Now, I want to see something. Okay, I changed the memory on it so that to simulate this being our first time. And now we got Tails' house, and look who it is. It's Shadow the Hedgehog. And then Sonic's just being a dick. So now you have 3 attacks. You have a shot attack, which is a projectile. Power, which is usually a physical move, and then you have set, which is a trap. Now with Sonic, I always go ground shot, air power, and then defend against traps. Now for the controls. A is jump, B is your basic attack, just mash it for combos. Your L is for block. L is for block, and if you hold L, you heal. Now chances are, it also builds a special power. If your special, I call it special, but if your special meter fills, basically your next special attack will either instantly KO or give the enemy a full charge if they chose the defend option against the attack that you chose. Now the key is you're trying to think of this kind of like a brawl. Yeah, think of this kind of like a Smash Bros. Basically what you want to do is you want to, in this instance, you want to get rid of all of his lives before you lose yours. And now after each battle you win, you get skill cards. It's gonna explain how skill cards work later, but basically, you capture moves from other characters that you fight. Like in this instance, I got Sonic Leap, which is a dash skill, and I got Chaos Nightmare, which is basically the end of a combo, which will send people flying. The more you battle, the more you get, the more skill cards you get. However, some of them can only be unlocked by codes, which is the combo cards. Now, for those now wondering, skill points basically allow you to determine how many skills you can put on at one time. And apparently, the robot is called Gizoid. But as I was saying, you have whatever the cap of your skill points are, that determines how many skills you can put on. However, since I thoroughly enjoyed this game and played the crap out of it when I had the cartridge, yeah, basically if you train a lot and you get a bunch of skill points, you can equip more powerful moves. You can change everything from his color to his eyes to what stance he uses. Now, usually the stance doesn't. I'll show you. So basically, like a woman, like a teenage girl with a baby that we don't want, we left Emerald at the fire station. That is Tails' house. Okay, before I go on, I'm gonna actually show you this skill thing I was talking about. Now, sometimes you have to fight against emeralds, which is what the robot's called, what they end up calling them. Each of these stars that you see, that is how many skill points it takes times 5. So one star is 5 skill points, and as you can see, Sonic Run, which takes 4 stars, takes 20 skill points. Dash is basically when you double tap a skill. Power is usually damage, and speed is how fast it is. However, in this case, in Jump's case, sorry, keep getting sidetracked. Speed is height, and as you can see, I have the ultimate jump skill already, so don't have to worry about that. Air action is basically when you hit A again when you're in the air. For now, guard is how much damage your guard projects against. Heal is basically how much health you recover. Speed is how fast you recover health, and power is how much of your special bar is filled. These first, second, and third attacks are just your basic attacks, so we'll do Shadow Chop. I actually don't bother with these, but whatever. Heavy. No, you have two attacks. You have your head. You have two attacks you can do at the end of your combos. Heavy attacks, which will send your opponent flying across the stage, and upper attacks, which will send your opponent straight into the air. Dash is basically an attack you can do while you're dashing. Don't understand why I bother with that. Okay, now your air attack is basically when you jump in the air and you do your basic attack, which is B. Honestly, don't freaking bother with this. Okay, aim attack is basically okay, aim attack is basically when you're in the air. Okay, think of it like a heavy attack but in the air. That's the simplest way I can explain. Now I went over the shots before. These last ones are the three that you select when you go into a battle. Ground shot is basically your special projectile attack when you're on the ground. Air shot is when you're in the air. Ground power is when you do a physical attack on the ground. These are the combo cards I was talking about earlier. Basically, what they'll do is that it's basically, think of it kind of like a brutality from Mortal Kombat. It's basically the character's basic attacks followed by a special move of theirs at the end. Like with Chaos, he'll hit you a bunch of times and then he'll stick his arm in the ground, which basically acts like a sprinkler. However, since I typically take ground power, I don't take air power. Ground trap, I don't bother. Now air trap, ultimate air trap. Basically this is Sonic's air trap on steroids. Instead he'll throw down, I think it's 3 mines instead of 2. Fight pose. This is basically this will change Emerald's eyes and he'll imitate the character's stance. However, if you have it, always take gammas. Some of you may be asking why. You want to take it because if the unlikely event that you die, you explode and take people with you. Okay, supports are rare cards that basically just affect different aspects. Attack affects how much damage you do. Strength affects defense. And other support changes your movement speed. Color. This is another rare card. You can basically take you basically copy one part of your body and you change it a different color. It depends. This is for Emerald's horn, so they will go rouge. This is for his body, we'll do knuckles, and then for his connectors, which is basically the thing on the top of his head and then like the darker parts. I think we'll do shadow. Now that that's over, we go to the
Hi,
beach.
sugar.
Wait, who's Rouge's boss? By the way, that's never explained. Okay, now we have to fight Rouge. In my opinion, Rouge is one of the easiest characters to fight against. Or at least camp. Just for the fact, that's why. Whenever she flies, she goes up in the air. And especially with Sonic, all you have to do is just keep doing your air power, and she's dead. Now you may be asking, well, that's only one time. Well, here's something else. She also flies when she comes in. So basically, if you find out where she is respawning, you can camp the hell out of her and there's nothing she can do about it. Now all we do is just spam the ground shot. Yay, we win!
Sweet.
Now, for those of you that are wondering why we didn't get a card, you only get skill cards if Emerald's there in the battle. In certain times, in order to get some of the rare skill cards, such as Emerald's ultimate skills or color data and supports, you need to do I found the two easiest things to do are Tails Lab and Emerald Story, which I will show later in the LP. Sorry about that, my mom walked into the room when I was recording. Okay, so basically, for certain skill cards you need to either need to do some sort of special requirement, which in the case of the combo cards is input a special code, while for the rest, usually you either have to do Tails' Lab in Emerald's story, which is the final story of the game, and now see that Rouge is glowing? That means that her next special attack that hits us is either gonna instant kill us, or if we have the guard against it up, we get full charge as well. Now,
Sweet.
it's either that, or I found the next best thing is to get perfect rounds against Chaos in Emerald Story. You can probably do it with other characters, but I find Chaos easier just because he's so freaking slow.
Hi, sugar.
Alright, now. Wait, where is he? Oh. Snap's here. Now, before we do that, in this battle, we're going to have to fight against Emerald. So what do you think I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make this so bloody easy. And no, this isn't Emerald. This isn't Emerald Chrome. This is PEE. Basically, what Eggman tried to do is that he tried to replicate Emerald so that he could make since apparently it wouldn't work for him before. What the PEEs are basically clones of different characters, and you can tell what they are just because of their moves. Now this one is a clone of Basic Emerald, I call him. Basically, super slow, no special moves whatsoever. If you die, you suck. Now you can earn varying amounts of skill points depending on your skill. I think you get 10 if you don't take a single hit, 5 if you don't lose any knives, and then I think it's 1, it's either like 2 or 1 if you no, it's 5 if you don't take any hits, 2 if you don't lose any knives, and 1 if you just win. And no, they don't stack. Like, you're not gonna get 8 if you don't get a perfect one. It's just basically the max you can get per fight is 5.
Sweet.
Now we destroyed PEE. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna stop it here after this cutscene. Basically what Terrace is saying is that yeah, basically all that was doing was basically Tails was explaining how the robot can copy people's skills, and that it had some rare technology. Thanks for watching. Tune in for part 2. See you next time.